They say nature is the best healer. But what if I told you that hidden among the fruits we've loved since childhood are quiet saboteurs of your joint health? Fruits that, with every sweet bite, could be quietly feeding inflammation, accelerating cartilage wear, and making it harder for you to bend, walk, or climb stairs as the years go by. It sounds impossible, doesn't it? After all, fruits are healthy, packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. We've been told to eat more fruit our whole lives. But for millions of seniors living with arthritis, gout, or brittle bones, some of these fruits are like wolves in sheep's clothing. You won't feel the damage in a single day, but over time, the stiffness grows, the swelling lingers, and every step becomes a little heavier. Today, we're going to uncover the truth about these joint-damaging fruits, starting from the least harmful to the most dangerous, and explain exactly how they work inside your body. By the end of this video, you'll not only know which fruits to limit or avoid, but also what healthier choices you can make to keep your joints strong and pain-free for years to come. So if you've ever wondered why your knees ache more after certain meals, or why your morning stiffness lasts longer than it used to, this might just be the missing piece you've been searching for. Before we dive in, I want to invite you to like this video, share it with friends or loved ones who might need this information, and subscribe to our channel Wise Elders Tales. Your support helps us keep creating valuable, life-changing health content for seniors around the world, and together, we can make aging not just longer, but better. Now, let's begin our journey, from the smallest offender, to the fruit that could quietly be your joint's worst enemy. Fruit number 1, green tomatoes, the subtle trigger. At first glance, a green tomato seems innocent, even refreshing. It's a staple in many kitchens, used for salads, pickles, and hearty stews. But here's the hidden truth: in its unripe form, a green tomato contains a natural compound called solanine. Solanine is part of the nightshade family's defense system, nature's way of keeping pests away. In small amounts, most people can handle it just fine. But for those already living with joint problems, especially rheumatoid arthritis, solanine can act like fuel on a slow-burning fire. It doesn't just cause temporary stiffness, it can increase inflammation in the joint lining, making movements feel heavier, more painful, and less fluid. The tricky part? This isn't an instant reaction like an allergy. You won't eat a green tomato today and wake up tomorrow unable to walk. No, it works in whispers. A little at lunch, a little in your salad next week, and over months, your knees may feel more swollen, your fingers less nimble. Now, I'm not telling you to banish green tomatoes forever. But if you already have inflamed joints, limiting how often you eat them, or making sure they're fully ripe and cooked, can help reduce that hidden load on your body. And remember, it's not just about avoiding pain today, it's about protecting every step you'll take in the years ahead. Up next, we'll explore a fruit that's far more common, one that many people eat daily without realizing it's quietly pushing uric acid levels higher and paving the way for sudden, sharp joint pain. Fruit number 2, strawberries, the sweet trap for gout and inflammation. They look innocent. Bright red, heart-shaped, glistening with tiny seeds. Strawberries are the picture of summer, sweet, fragrant, and bursting with vitamin C. But for seniors living with gout or chronic joint inflammation, this fruit can be a hidden troublemaker. Here's why. Strawberries contain purines, natural compounds that, once metabolized, can raise uric acid levels in your blood. And while the purine content in strawberries is lower than in red meat or seafood, for someone whose uric acid is already borderline high, that little boost can be enough to tip the scale toward a gout flare-up. Gout pain isn't just discomfort, it's like shards of glass grinding in your joints, often striking suddenly in the middle of the night. And the thing about strawberries is, they don't just add purines. They're also one of the most pesticide-contaminated fruits on the market, ranking high on the dirty dozen list year after year. Pesticide residues can trigger low-grade inflammation throughout the body, a slow burn that, over time, wears down cartilage and weakens joint structures. Does this mean you should never enjoy strawberries again? Not necessarily. But for those already struggling with swollen fingers, aching knees, or a history of gout, moderation is key. Wash them thoroughly, buy organic if you can, and avoid pairing them with other high-purine foods in the same day. And here's a thought: sometimes the harm isn't in a single food, it's in the accumulation. A handful of strawberries here, a few purine-rich snacks there, and before you know it, your joints are paying the price. Coming up next, we'll look at a citrus favorite that not only carries an acidic punch but can also interfere with certain medications, quietly impacting your cartilage health in ways few people ever suspect. Fruit number 3, citrus fruits, the acidic frenemy. Oranges, grapefruits, tangerines, even that tangy pomelo, citrus fruits are the sunshine of the fruit world. They're bright, juicy, and they practically shout "I'm healthy" the moment you peel them. But here's the catch: for certain people, these zesty delights can be double agents when it comes to joint health. Let's start with the obvious, the acid. Citrus fruits are loaded with citric acid and, while that's great for flavor, it can be harsh for people with sensitive joint cartilage. If your joints are already inflamed, that extra acidity can sometimes irritate the surrounding tissues, making stiffness linger longer than it should. But the real hidden risk lies in drug interactions. Grapefruit, for example, contains compounds called furanocoumarins, which can interfere with the enzymes your body uses to break down certain medications, including some prescribed for cholesterol, blood pressure, or even inflammation. The result? Higher drug levels in your bloodstream, which can lead to side effects, sometimes affecting the joints themselves. Now, don't panic and throw out every orange in the house. The key here is awareness. If you're on daily medication, it's worth asking your doctor whether citrus is a friend or foe for you. And if you do enjoy a morning grapefruit, just make sure it's not teaming up with your prescriptions to cause mischief. By the way, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever noticed your joints acting up after eating certain fruits? Drop a 1 in the comments if you think citrus might be causing you trouble, and a 0 if you're still in the "I love my oranges" club. I read every single comment, and your experiences might help someone else watching this video. While you're at it, please like this video, share it with someone who might benefit, and subscribe to Wise Elders Tales so you won't miss the rest of the series. Your support means we can keep uncovering these hidden truths, and maybe even save a few knees and hips along the way. Alright, coming up next is a tropical favorite. Sweet, fragrant, golden, and secretly capable of speeding up cartilage breakdown. Let's talk about it. Fruit number 4, mango, the sweet assassin of collagen. Ah, mango. The golden jewel of summer. The moment you slice it open, the air fills with that honey-sweet aroma, and for a second, you feel like you're on a tropical island, toes in the sand, not a care in the world. But here's the thing, for your joints, that bliss might come at a cost. Mangoes are sneaky. Their natural sugars are so high that they can spike your blood sugar faster than you can say "pass me another slice." And that sugar rush doesn't just mess with your waistline, it fuels a process called glycation, where sugar molecules latch onto your collagen fibers, stiffening them like old rubber bands. Over time, this can make your cartilage less springy, less shock absorbent, and more prone to wear and tear. Now, I'm not here to ban mangoes from your life, I'd never survive that myself. But if your knees already creak like an old wooden floor, maybe keep mango as a rare treat rather than a daily ritual. Think of it like a beloved but slightly reckless friend, wonderful to see once in a while, but not someone you want moving in. Fruit number 5, grapes and raisins, the uric acid trap. If mango is the sweet-talking charmer, grapes are the quiet whisperer who smiles at you while slipping extra acid into your bloodstream. Both fresh grapes and their dried cousins, raisins, are loaded with fructose. And fructose is a master at raising uric acid levels, the main culprit behind gout. Here's where it gets tricky. Grapes are small, easy to snack on, and never make you feel too full. You can down a dozen without blinking, which means your body gets a fructose wave strong enough to tip the balance toward a painful gout flare. And raisins? Think of them as grapes on steroids. The water's gone, but the sugar's concentrated. A small handful is like sending a sugar cannon straight to your joints. Still, grapes do have antioxidants, so I'm not saying you must exile them entirely. But if you're already at risk for gout or have noticed sudden joint pain after a family picnic, it might be time to pace yourself. Or better yet, swap half your grape snack for something friendlier to your knees, like cherries, just not too many, or that's a story for another video. Up next, we'll meet a fruit that's bold, tropical, and packed with enzymes that can help digestion but also stir up trouble for your joints if you're not careful. Fruit number 6, pineapple, the double-edged sword. Pineapple is like that lively friend who brings energy to every party, bright, bold, and impossible to ignore. Its tropical sweetness hides a secret weapon, bromelain, an enzyme known for aiding digestion and even reducing mild inflammation. Sounds perfect for joint health, right? But here's the twist. Bromelain also thins the blood slightly, which, in the wrong context, can be a problem. If you've recently had joint surgery, are on blood thinners, or bruise easily, too much pineapple can slow healing or cause discomfort in and around the joints. Add to that its natural acidity, which, for some, can irritate joint linings, and you've got a fruit that's not always the angel it appears to be. I once spoke to an old neighbor, Mr. Daniels, a retired carpenter in his late 70s. He loved his pineapple, said it reminded him of vacations in Hawaii with his late wife. But after he started eating fresh pineapple almost daily, he noticed small bruises on his arms and legs, and his knees felt more tender than usual. His doctor traced it back to a combination of his medication and the high bromelain intake. Mr. Daniels didn't stop eating pineapple entirely, he just saved it for weekends, savoring each bite like a special memory. And you know what? His symptoms eased, and his joy in eating it returned. The lesson? Pineapple can be both a friend and a foe. It's all about timing, portion, and knowing your body's unique limits. Fruit number 7, bananas, the potassium paradox. Bananas are the ultimate grab-and-go fruit. Soft, sweet, and gentle on the stomach, they've been the snack of choice for everyone from athletes to kids at school. They're rich in potassium, which helps muscles and nerves function, a good thing, right? Mostly. For people with healthy kidneys and balanced diets, bananas are a joint-friendly snack. But for those with kidney disease, heart failure, or certain metabolic issues, too much potassium can cause fluid retention. And that extra fluid doesn't just bloat the ankles, it can make inflamed joints swell and ache more than usual. There's also the sugar factor. Overripe bananas, with their brown speckled skins, are sweeter than you might think. Eating them daily can subtly raise blood sugar, contributing to low-grade inflammation that may accelerate cartilage wear. I remember visiting my Aunt Clara after her knee replacement surgery. She had a fruit basket on the table, all bananas, because she thought they were the safest. But after weeks of eating 2 or 3 a day, her ankles were puffy, and her knees felt tight. Her physical therapist gently suggested cutting back and mixing in berries and melons instead. Within a month, the swelling was noticeably less. What I love about Aunt Clara's story is that it's not about fear, it's about awareness. She didn't demonize bananas, she just learned when to say enough for now. And that's something we should all remember, no single fruit is purely good or bad. It's the balance, the portion, and your personal health context that matter most. A gentle reminder. Fruits are nature's gift, and many of them carry tremendous health benefits. But when it comes to joint health, especially if you live with arthritis, gout, or chronic inflammation, it's worth knowing how certain fruits interact with your body and your medications. Pineapple isn't evil, but it can be risky for those on certain meds. Bananas aren't dangerous, but they can be a problem for someone with fluid retention. The key is not to live in fear of your food, but to be informed so you can enjoy what you eat without paying for it later. Coming up next, we'll explore a fruit that's silky, elegant, and loved in autumn, yet hides a compound that can stiffen your mornings and slow your steps if you're not careful. Fruit number 8, persimmon, the silent stiffener. Persimmons, whether the crisp, honey-sweet fuyu or the silky, custard-like hachia, are a seasonal treasure in autumn. Rich in antioxidants, vitamin A, and fiber, they seem like the perfect food for health-conscious seniors. But here's the overlooked side of the story. Their combination of high tannin content and natural sugars can quietly work against joint health in certain conditions. Let's start with tannins, plant compounds that give persimmons their slightly dry, puckering sensation. While tannins have some antioxidant benefits, in higher amounts they can bind to minerals like calcium and iron, reducing their absorption. Over time, reduced calcium uptake may subtly impact bone density, a concern for those already at risk of osteoporosis or joint instability. Then there's the sugar factor. A single ripe persimmon can contain over 20 grams of natural sugar. For people with type 2 diabetes or insulin resistance, regular high-sugar fruit intake can spike blood glucose and drive low-grade inflammation. Chronic inflammation, according to research published in the Journal of Inflammation Research, 2020, is one of the key accelerators of cartilage degradation and osteoarthritis progression. Scientific literature also points to a lesser-known issue. In a 2017 clinical observation in BMC musculoskeletal disorders, researchers noted that diets high in rapidly absorbed sugars could increase production of advanced glycation end products, AGEs, compounds that stiffen collagen fibers and cartilage, making joints less flexible and more prone to injury. While persimmons aren't the only source, their combination of high sugar and seasonal overconsumption can contribute to this process in susceptible individuals. Does this mean you should never enjoy persimmons? Absolutely not. For most healthy adults, moderate intake, 1 or 2 fruits a week during peak season, is unlikely to cause harm. But for seniors managing arthritis, osteoporosis, or metabolic disease, mindful portions and pairing persimmons with protein or healthy fats can slow sugar absorption and reduce potential joint stress. In the end, persimmons, like all the fruits we've covered today, are neither pure poison nor pure medicine. The key lies in knowledge, moderation, and listening to your body. Because sometimes, the sweetest fruits carry lessons far more important than flavor alone. We've just journeyed through 8 fruits, from the mild irritants like green tomatoes to the more serious culprits like grapes and persimmons, each with its own hidden way of influencing joint health. And I hope one thing is clear by now: no single fruit is purely good or bad. The same orange that might bring vitamin C to one person could aggravate another's medication plan. The mango that fills you with tropical joy could, over time, stiffen collagen fibers if eaten in excess. The pineapple that aids digestion could also bruise tender knees in someone healing from surgery. This is the beauty and the challenge of nutrition in our later years. Our bodies become more sensitive, our needs more specific. What once worked perfectly at age 30 might need adjusting at 60, 70, or beyond. And the truth is, it's not about fear, it's about awareness. When we understand how food interacts with our bodies, especially our bones, cartilage, and joints, we can make smarter choices without giving up the pleasure of eating. So here's my takeaway for you. Listen to your body. If your joints feel stiffer after certain meals, keep a note. Patterns tell stories that science sometimes overlooks. Balance your plate. If you enjoy a high-sugar fruit, pair it with a protein or healthy fat to slow the sugar's impact on your system. Stay curious. What's true for your neighbor might not be true for you, but the principles of moderation and variety apply to us all. I also want to stress, fruits are still a vital part of a healthy diet. They bring antioxidants, fiber, and joy to the table. This video isn't about cutting them out entirely, it's about using them wisely, in harmony with your health needs. Think of it as steering the ship with a better map, so you can sail longer, steadier, and further. If you've learned something valuable today, I'd love for you to take a moment and like this video. It tells the platform that senior health matters, and that you want to see more of it. Share this video with a friend, sibling, or community group who might be struggling with joint issues and wondering if their diet plays a role. You never know, this could be the missing piece they've been searching for. And most importantly, subscribe to Wise Elders Tales. This channel is more than just information, it's a growing library of time-tested knowledge, lived experience, and practical wisdom, all aimed at helping you protect your joints, keep your body strong, and enjoy life to the fullest. By subscribing, you'll stay updated on proven tips for bone and joint health, muscle strength, balance, and overall wellness for seniors. From foods that heal, to exercises that protect, to lifestyle habits that add years to your mobility, it's all here, backed by research and refined through the stories of those who've walked the road before you. Because the truth is, healthy aging isn't just about avoiding illness. It's about preserving freedom, the freedom to walk without pain, to climb stairs with ease, to garden, dance, travel, and hold the people you love without limitation. Your joints aren't just parts of your body, they are the hinges of your independence. So if you value that independence, if you believe the next decade of your life can be your strongest yet, then join us. Let's keep learning, keep moving, and keep proving that age is not the end of the story, it's just the next chapter. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care of your body, honor your joints, and savor every step you're able to take.